Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry. In this episode, we're going to go over how to make a positive future, how to manifest the positive experience that you desire even when going through difficult times. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And as you hold your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to receive to get us in that positive space. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It can have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. If you want to create something in this life, if you want to experience something in this life, something that you want to experience, you're going to experience things. You're going to create something. But if you want to control what that is, you have to understand what you are. You are a powerful observer that creates what you observe. What you focus on, you will expand in your life. The biggest thing that we spend the most time focusing on is our thoughts. If you can control your thoughts, whether you feel them or not, you will create in your experience those thoughts. When your actions align with those thoughts, you will create more of what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what you're doing, because you will create a pattern that leads into that. Everything that we experience is built from a pattern. The pattern of the thoughts, actions, and feelings that we have. Think about your life. Think about yesterday, the day before that. How similar are those days? And don't count if you're on a vacation right now and you're saying, well, my week was great. Don't count if you're doing something out of the norm. Think about your regular week. How different is it? How different are your thoughts every single day? They rarely are different. We almost always think the same thoughts every single day. We almost always take the same actions every single day. We almost always feel the same way every single day. It's how it goes. So if you want to experience a different one than you're having, you have to change that pattern. That pattern is what creates what you experience. And it starts with the thoughts. If you're going through a difficult time, that's what I said this episode would be about, how to shift in a difficult time. You see, when you're truly focusing on something, you'll create it. If you're going through a difficult time, it's probably really hard to focus on anything else other than the difficulty that you're going through. Maybe it's a relationship you're losing. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's the economy, whatever the experience. Maybe it's a health thing. Whatever it is, that grabs your attention. It pulls you. You start seeing your whole life through the lens of the issue. And I'm not saying this is fair. I'm just saying this is a truth. It may be a very bad thing that you're going through, a very hurtful thing that you're going through. That can be true. That doesn't change the fact of what you are. The observer, the creator that creates what they observe. That in this physical realm operate in a pattern that creates the experience. You're still that. That is a truth. And also, it can be a truth that the things that are happening to you aren't necessarily your fault. It could be external things. It could be where you were born. It could be a health issue that you were born with. It could be the color of your skin or your gender or all these things. It could be those. I'm not saying that those aren't real. They absolutely are. I'm saying that it doesn't matter. If they are the things you focus on, that will become your pattern builder, and your patterns will be built based on those things. So if you can focus on, if you can summon the strength, again, and it's not wrong to focus on those things. This is only if you want to change your experience. I'm not saying that the experience you're having is not wrong. That might be your cause, all of those things. But if you want to change it, you have to spend more time focusing on what it is you want your life to be. It doesn't mean you ignore all those things, just as you're not ignoring everything when you're focused on the thing. You still see other things, but they're getting a lot smaller of your observation, so your ability to create more of it is less. You're always creating the future. Your future is just going to be filled in the same percentage of what you pay attention to in your current. And so if you want to shift into something new, you have to find what it is that you want in your life and put your focus on it over everything else, even though it's not fair, even though it's not easy, even though you are a victim of what's going on. Even with those truths, if you truly want to change it, you still have to change the focus. And I don't know why some people's journeys are harder than others. I don't know why some people come from places where it's harder. I don't know why people have all of the limitations or things, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual. I don't know. But it doesn't change this process. And you can decide to trust the process and let go of the truths of the bad things that have happened, the hurtful things that have happened. Those are true. I'm not saying anything to diminish those. I'm just trying to get to you to understand that there's a way that you can change your pattern. When you change your pattern, your experience changes. That's why your day-to-day has stayed the same, because your thoughts, action, and beliefs have all been the same. The way you feel every day is almost always the same. And so when you do this during a difficult time, when you do this when it's hard, when the whole universe, experience, world around you is trying to get you to focus on the hurt, the pain, the trauma, the things that are right in front of your face that burn, when you push through that and find a way to focus on what you want it to be, you start with loving thoughts in your mind. I love the world. I love my day. I love myself. I love the car. I love the house. I love the spouse. I love the thing. Whatever it is that you are fighting against, turn it to love. So that way the first thing in your mind is love. And I know you're not going to feel it. You don't have to feel it. Whether you feel the frequency or not does not change the fact that the frequency is in your mind. So start thinking in alignment with what you want to create. Then you take action. You take action aligns with it. If you say that I am healthy and I make healthy decisions because you want to create a body that's healthy, you want to create a mind that's healthy, you want to create an experience that's healthy, so you say I am healthy and I make healthy decisions, and then you go to the restaurant and you order fried chicken, drinks, appetizers, then you're telling the universe that you like to think the thought, but you don't want to be the thought. But then when you say, I am healthy and I make healthy decisions, and then you eat the food that aligns with that truth, then your thoughts and actions are in alignment. Then you're truly showing yourself in the universe what you do. And when you decide that again and again, that becomes your new pattern. Guess what your new experience will be? An experience of being healthy and making healthy decisions. I know life is hard. I know so many of you are hurting through true things that you have been the victim of. That can be true, and so can this process. They are separate. You can shift, rise up, and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective. This was a tricky one for me, but it's something that I believe so much, and I hope you found it helpful. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. If there was any comments, any thoughts you had on this episode, you can actually leave a comment below, whether you're on YouTube or on Spotify. I do read all of those, and they help shape where this is going. So I thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.